各位早晨。
Good morning. The Chief Executive will say a few words and then take questions from the floor. Please limit yourselves to just 2 questions. The Chief Executive will have the floor. Good morning. Yesterday, the Financial Secretary announced the Happy Hong Kong campaign, under which there will be a series of activities. In the coming months, in different districts in Hong Kong, large-scale gourmet marketplaces will be held. Gourmet fairs will also be held with a theme on local produce. And the Cinema Day will also be held this Saturday at a ticket price of $30. Using the Victoria Harbour as a backdrop of a stage, the Harbour Chill Carnival will also be held. Different arts, culture, I&T organizations will be organizing different activities for the public. Through diverse activities under the Happy Hong Kong campaign, together with the consumption vouchers just disbursed, I hope that members of the public will have a great time, meanwhile stimulating local spending. Next, let me also say a few words on district administration's review, an issue close to the heart of everyone. In October last year, in the policy address, I announced that I would kickstart a review on district administration. Now we are coming to a close, and let me first lay out some basic principles. Starting from 2020, when the 6th term of District Council began, a large number of district councillors contravened the relevant regulations and conducted themselves in a way that had gone beyond the functions delegated to them as members of an advisory structure. Some of them even engaged in unlawful behavior endangering national security. They deliberately incited hatred and sought to draw a divide in society. They resorted to unscrupulous means to hamper people's livelihoods. Many district councillors refused to take the oath or the affirmation, and using various excuses to resign. Some of them refused to take the oath, and they refused to acknowledge that the People's Republic of China has sovereignty over Hong Kong. Some 30 district councillors were either disqualified or they resigned themselves. As for the remaining 400, originally there are 470 district councillors, but now only 1/3 of them remains in their position, and that's 146 district councillors. Now, this is unacceptable, and something must be done. We cannot afford to have chaos in Hong Kong. The Hong Kong SAR government will not allow district councils to become a platform for advocating Hong Kong's independence. District councillors should not contravene the basic law or engage in unlawful acts. We do not accept the district councils being hijacked. We do not allow them to be paralyzed. We must not allow the black sheep of the family to destroy our system. And that is why, from a systemic point of view, we should take preemptive action to prevent a repeat of what happened to our district councils. We must enhance district administration and district governance so as to enhance the efficiency of district administration. This is for the benefit of all, so that people have a sense of happiness and a sense of gain. This is, after all, the public's expectation on the function of district councils. As the district councils form part of district administration, in our structure of governance, we must abide by the three principles. National security should be given top priority. We must accurately and faithfully implement the principle of one country, two systems to ensure that the system and the structure spelled out in the basic law are sustainable, including the district organizations which are not organs of political power as established under Article 97 of the Basic Law. We also need to implement the principle of patriots administering Hong Kong. Only patriots should be allowed to become members of the district council. Third principle, we must fully implement the executive-led administration. We must play an active role to form the district councils so as to enhance governance. There are two parts to this review. First, on the functions and composition of the district councils, we need to make sure that the district councils are dedicated with functions as enshrined in Article 97 of the Basic Law. We also need to enhance the structure. After 2 months of review, we are coming to a close. And I'd like to take this opportunity to elaborate on a number of points. First, there is a general concern on whether district councils should remain. District councils is an important part of the advisory structure in our government. I believe it should be kept. Second, in terms of the method of returning the district councils, we must abide by the basic law. Electoral elements shall remain so that patriots who love the country and love Hong Kong and are dedicated to public service can find a way to serve the public. Third point, the number of seats of district councils for the coming term will be similar to the number of seats of the existing term for the effective operation of the structure. In terms of reward and remuneration and honorarium, we should take a similar approach for the effective operation of district councils. At the same time, we will also enhance governance at the district level so as to enhance its efficiency. We will take a more active role in terms of leadership and coordination so that members of the public can benefit from enhanced governance. Resources should be optimized and used in areas most needed. We are finalizing the details of the review, and we will make an announcement of the details of the review in due course.
The floor is now open to questions. If you wish to put up questions, please put up your hand. Please limit yourself to 2 questions each. Before putting your questions, please also identify your media outlet. On my side, second row, the journalist over there.
Questions from the South China Morning Post. Firstly, you just recently talked about the reforming of the district council. Would you be able to specify exactly how that will be done? Will there be appointed seats? You mentioned elected seats will still be kept. What exactly is the formation principles of this next district council? And secondly, you also mentioned that the previous district council was not satisfactory, operating against your government. Would you also admit that this is caused by you in some extent, as you were also part of the previous government, with all of these district councillors being elected and also performing their agendas? Thank you.
In regard to the methods of becoming a district council member, I have mentioned that will be multi-ways of entry. That is why I have mentioned that amongst this possible entry routes, there will be elements of election. We're working on the actual details. We will formalize it very quickly, and you will be informed of the details of each entry method. As regards to the outrageous behaviors of many district councils, it is not just unsatisfactory, it is blatantly unacceptable because they are behaving in such a way which advocated Hong Kong's independence against government's governance, insulting officials, causing disruptions to the Council's convention of meetings. A lot of them refused to take the oath. That reflects that they do not accept PRC as the sovereign state of Hong Kong and PRC exercising sovereignty over Hong Kong. They are the root of the problem, and they have been behaving in such a way that causes damages to society, upsetting everybody's expectation of what a district councillor should do. And by the very fact that 2/3 of them either resigned or disqualified, that shows absolutely every part of the problem. They also have to comply with the law. And if any of their behavior contravenes the law, then of course action will be taken against them. If they feel afraid that some legal action will be taken against them, then they are the person to blame, and they should rectify their wrongdoings. Hong Kong is the place where we emphasize on the rule of law, on everybody fulfilling the obligation of complying with the law. And a lot of their behavior actually set very bad example for Hong Kong. We are not going to allow this to repeat. I will not allow district councils to be the platform to promote Hong Kong independence or anything which is against the basic law. I think society will not allow district council to misbehave like that, disappointing them in many regards, because they want district councils to help them to promote the living environments and answering to the consultation of the government.
On the right, the last row, the lady over there. I'm from Now TV.
The other question which I missed is about the application for public activities, right? Regarding organizing public activities, I think we should be careful when the organizer wants to organize such activities, then they think of their responsibilities of ensuring that such activities will be carried out in a lawful manner. That means it will not contravene national security, public order, and also respect the rights and freedoms of others. So the organizer has that responsibility. Sorry, 唔好意思。
你好，Now TV 嘅就。
I'm from Now TV. A question about the district councils. Will there be indirectly elected seats and appointed seats? Now, for the elected seats, will they be modeled on the legislative council being the fewest number of elected seats? Will they need the nominations of the election committees? Now, the May Day is coming up. The former members of the CTU applied for a public activity. Do you think such application to hold a public activity should be allowed, given the social atmosphere? I just laid down some principles and views on certain matters on district councils. The district council seats will stay roughly the same. We have 479 seats in total now. I believe the future number of seats will be similar. On eligibility, we are working on the details. The ways to become district councillors will be announced soon. As I said just then, there will be multiple channels for people to become district councillors. We will have a certain amount of election for the district councils. We will announce the details soon. For the May 1st demonstrations and other public activities, the organizer has to make sure the activity is held in a lawful way. That means the activity cannot be contrary to national security. And it also has to be in line with public order, public security. And it cannot be contrary to the freedoms and rights of other people. The organizer has the responsibility to ensure any public activity held is done in an orderly manner and not against the law. So the organizer has to think things through. There are many ways to make their views known. If they choose one option, that is public activities, then the organizer has to make sure that the activity is conducted in accordance with the law, and they have the responsibility. The Commissioner of Police has a duty under the Public Order Ordinance to consider the relevant factors in deciding whether to issue a letter of no objection. And in issuing the letter of no objection, conditions may be imposed. That's for the Commissioner of Police. And we're almost out of time, so we will take the last question on my side in the middle, the lady in checkered shirt. I'm from Ta Kung Pao. Normalcy is resuming. There are arguments wondering whether we can speed up the development in the Southern District and the Island Line West. The government is taking an infrastructure-led approach. If we wait till the redevelopment, can we skip the redevelopment? Can we have the line before the redevelopment of Wafu Estate? If we rely on the Invigorating Island South office, but there are constraints on the powers of that office, can we elevate that office so that someone, a Secretary of Development or the Deputy Secretary of Development, can take charge of the coordination?
On Invigorating Island South, the office is taking forward the relevant development according to the plan. We need to work on hardware as well as software. There are works to be carried out. We are following the schedule, and there are different policy bureaus and departments chipping in to take it forward. In short, we are proceeding with the initiative in an orderly and smooth manner as planned. There are different considerations to be made. As far as our structure is concerned, we have established the Invigorating Island South office for the purpose of taking forward this initiative. This office is dedicated to this single initiative, Invigorating Island South. It is the mastermind driving forward this plan with the cooperation of different bureaus and departments. In the process, under the government's established procedures, if comments are received, a higher level of the government will be in charge of coordination and handling these comments. This is our established practice. In fact, there are different initiatives and plans being taken forward, and we don't normally announce that a particular office is responsible for a certain thing, because this is part of our established practice. If there is a need to elevate our work to a higher level of the government, we will do so as part of our established mechanism. As for the Invigorating Island South office, we have drawn reference from the Energizing Kowloon East office and taking forward the initiative as planned and as scheduled. About South Island 9 West extension, in fact, announcement has been made. And that is to say, once residents of Wafu Estate have been decanted, when circumstances permit, works will begin. There is no change to our plan. However, for works to be carried out, we need to consider all the details at the work stage, together with other operational issues and site issues. I just say that we are taking it forward as planned. That's the end of the press briefing.